Chapter 5. And we are still alive. That's just a joke. Anyway, so we're on chapter 5. It's still awkward when we get to the old coal market, but it's the kind of awkwardness that swings in the other direction. Everyone is acting too nice, too much like they would want to avoid a fight. This is somehow worse. We wait in line, shivering outside, and make awkward chatter. I'm excited about honor, I say, even though it's a boring thing to say, and we've said it 3 times already. Rue has been hyping us for honor all month. I'm obsessed with her Instagram. I've looked at it twice. Fiona nods. She's incredible, isn't she? I mean, the activism stuff alone. So she's an activist, and I think she's a pop singer. I nod back. Honor Own is trying to get the healthcare system to change the way it acts around trans people. Rue's bass player Mile is trying to get top surgery and has to pretend to have mental illness. I'm not insane, they said. I just don't want tits. Do you think we'll get to meet her? Asked Fiona. I don't know. I say, pulling out my phone. I'll text Rue. This is taking forever, Lily says, stamping her feet. We get to the front of the queue and see that everyone is getting through. A thorough bag search, not just for alcohol, but for weapons or things that could be used used as weapons. I read, and there was an incident at one of her gigs last month, Fiona says. Cobb. I immediately asked. Could be, she shrugs, or just regular old transphobes. We finally make it in, and Rue appears in a floor-length leopard skin dress with a slit in the chest. His pale torso showing through. I fling my arms around him. My God, I say, you could hang a coat of those clavicles. I don't know what that is, clavicles. You can hang a coat of those clavicles, and that might be the nails or something. I'll have to look it up. I can tell he's excited to play because he gives me a huge kiss in front of everyone. I laugh and take his earring from my pocket. I love you so much, he says, taking it. Oh, I say, remembering, and I've got someone to buy a ticket. Really? He asks brightly. Who? Heather, I answered, and everyone looks at me, confused. She's this new teacher up at school. Our school, Lily, says mystified. You invited a teacher, Fiona, says. Called Heather? She's cool, I say, a little defensive. She just moved here. She doesn't know Kilbeg at all. She seems grateful for the tip. I didn't invite her as a teacher. I invited her as liked a person. I didn't even know she was a teacher when I invited her. They all look at me like I'm insane. Maybe I am. Imagine moving to Kilbeg, Fiona says, willingly. Wow. Okay, Fiona, I say, not bothering to hide my hurt feelings. So some of us like it here. Rue's eyes skittered between us, sensing tension. Okay, so I have to go, but come back and meet Honor afterwards. She's so cool, guys. Rue leaves and Fiona turns to me. So when is your teacher friend getting here? She's not my teacher friend. I feel stupid now. I'm getting a drink. Do you want anything? I stomp off, not waiting for the answer. I sit on the desk, on the back of the bar stool, drink a beer and watch people come in. Some guy comes up to Fiona and starts chatting her up. Lily stands with her hands in her pockets. I watch them, wondering if Aaron was right and whether I have less in common with my friends than I thought. Maeve, a cheerful voice says, I'm so glad you are here. It's Heather. I feel weird about talking to her since the teacher friend comment. Oh hey, I say uncertainly. You came. Course I did. If all else to do. Hang on a minute, I just don't know what this means. EFF, all. Else to, I've got nothing else to do, I think that's what it means. Until school starts. At the mention of school, I feel nervous about the drink in my hand. I'm still underage. Not that anyone really cares in Kilbeg, but she might. She seems to read my mind. Don't worry, she says, tapping her nose. I was 17 once. I smile. I'm actually not 17 until November, I say furtively. Well, you seem very mature, Heather says kindly. No, I'm a baby. I really remembering the fact that I was crying on the loo an hour ago. All because my friends were thinking mean thoughts. A punky cover of Fly Me to the Moon comes on the sound system, and we stand awkwardly with each other. I love this song, she says finally. Actually, I think I love all songs about the moon. All of them. They are all good. It's like, okay, I have this theory. The moon is the most beautiful thing in the world, right? The most beautiful thing we have. And if you are going to sing about the moon, you basically have to put your best clothes on. It's like you are going on a date with the moon, the most handsome boy in the school. I laugh. She's funny and bizarre and really not like a teacher at all. Dancing in the moonlight, I volunteer. Thin Lizzy, yes, that's my group, one of my groups. Not Top Loader. Oh, and The Whole of the Moon by the Waterboys. Don't know that one. I'll have to check it out. So, good one, she says. She looks impressed. Some vintage reference there. I have a lot of older siblings. Everything is vintage. The house lights go down and Rue appears on stage in his leopard gown. We are small private ceremony, she says. He says, and we are here to steal your dad's Barbie doll. I laugh. He always says dumb stuff like that. That's him. I mouth at Heather. Rue starts to sing. He's good, she mouths back. After 2 songs, Fiona comes to find me. Hey, she says, tugging on my sleeve. Sorry, I was being a bitch, she says. It close. Right in my ear. She says it right close in my ear. There's nothing wrong with liking Kilbeg. It's fine, I say, and it is. I introduced her to Heather. They nod hello at each other. But then Fiona and I go and dance. I don't see Heather again. Fiona and I have one of those nights that you only have with your best friends after you've been a bit pissed off with each other, but aren't anymore. We feel elated. We feel elated, like we are having a second honeymoon. Lily joins in dancing too, and seems to genuinely enjoy herself. After the set, Rue comes out to the dance floor and puts his hands around my waist. You look hot, he says, holding me tightly. I correct. I turn around, a bit drunk now, and kiss him. Deeply, I can feel him sweating through the cheap lycra of the dress, the muscled curve of his arms, even more defined under the thin material. Miel, Liam and Dee come out, and Miel gives me a big hug. I was terrified Miel wouldn't like me at first, knowing how close Rue is to them. May, Day, Miel says, squeezing me. That dress, it's Fiona's. Even so, you look great. Give us a twirl. I spin, giggling and feeling stupid. I ruffle new pastel pink pixie cut. I love this. Miel's hair changes with such amazing or astonishing frequency that every time we meet, I end up considering dyeing my hair bright orange. I feel so stupidly conventional when we are together. Let me do yours, a nice witchy silver. My hair won't take bleach, I replied, pulling at the dark frizz. But thanks anyway. Honor, Own comes on, and the room is immediately transfixed. She's 6 feet tall, and bright green eyes, and cheekbones so wide they look like 2 polished piano keys, placed carefully on top of her face. Her hair and makeup are styled in a kind of 1970s waves and winged eyeliner look. Sometimes something I know my hair too thick and fuzzy to hold. Hey everyone, she says, more low-key than Rue on stage. How about it for small private ceremony, huh? Okay. A roar of applause. The room is full now, nicely warmed from SPC's performers. Now that Honor continues is a vocalist. I never want to fight them for mirror space again. Rue smiles, and I can't tell if he's just smiling at the shout-out or smiling at Honor's use of them. We've talked about pronouns before. Rue has always said that he feels fine, although not exactly perfect, and that they didn't feel any more or less correct. I wonder if this is starting to shift now that the name changing is on the cards. Maybe Honor is just being polite, not wanting to presume a gender identity, being trans herself. She launches into her set, and it's immediately clear why she was on the front cover of Hot Press. She's got a dazzling voice and great songs. Smart but not too wordy, with lots of big rock chorus. Rue introduces us to Honor after her set. We are all a bit lost for words around her, saying things like, great set, and I love your outfit. We sound like we are about 13. I've got to come back again, Honor says, zipping up her guitar. You always think that outside of the big cities, no one's going to care. No one will have heard you. But actually, the opposite is true. Small cities are the best audiences because everyone is just so grateful you come. The worst gig I play, are in London. Just a bunch of old men modding. So what you are saying, I said loudly, so Fiona can hear. is that Kilbeck is actually awesome. Fi says, I get it. Chambers, Rue isn't drinking, so he's able to drive us all home. After Honor's set, we are all a bit pissed and rowdy, playing Honor's CD in the car, fighting about where to get the chips.